What I learned from staking in the Clarity Act. This is NC Hammer Crypto. My name's Neil, keeping technical analysis short and sweet. As always, this video is reaching out to new members. Like, subscribe, donate, write in the comments. Become a member if you want. 50% of everything I make goes to save animals' lives. So let's actually bring up the uh, cryptocurrency reserve, the Clarity Act, and staking. XRP is the one I'm going to be focusing on for this example. And as you see, they also expect March to April to be the real reversal that is about to be coming into fruition. XRP is currently at $1.45, and this chart is starting to look better and better. And when you zoom into the 4 hour, this is actually what it looks like. We need to get above the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA is very weak, but let's talk about staking and why it is important. So moving on, Flare is a great coin. Stack a little bit of Flare so you can stake your XRP and your Flare on the Flare network. You transfer your XRP over to Flare, turn it into a different coin. It is a process, but that is where the real money comes into play. So as you can see, for example, here on Flare's network, if you take your XRP, turn it into the Flare Network XRP token, it's essentially off the exchange and locked liquidity. And with that, you can stake your XRP Flare coin and USDT, I believe, in a 1-to-1 ratio, and you can earn 95.74% APR on this specific coin. I have no idea what that coin is, but you can see the percentages are ridiculous. The Clarity Act and why it is so important is the banks want this 95, 55, 20, 35% APR going to them, and they want to be able to give you like 3%, maybe 5%, while they are earning 95% off of your money. So staking is amazing. It can get you very, very good rewards depending on what you want to be staking for. Soon you will be able to stake XRP and earn passive XRP, whether it be through Flare Network or this other company that is actually coming to the US. It was in the US many years ago and they got removed and they are back. And this is Nexo. I'm no affiliation to Nexo, but I've used it before in the past, earned some passive rewards with this company, and you can earn up to 12.5% on just holding XRP, as well as they implement buying Nexo tokens. So maybe it's a 1-to-1. If you have 5,000 XRP, you need 5,000 Nexo to earn that 12.5%. They have all this stuff listed in their website, but the main thing I want to bring to your attention, if you guys are new to staking or unsure about why you would want to stake, yes, it's great passive income rewards, but I want you to keep this in mind. The unbonding period or the unstaking period is very, very important in crypto. If you are a member, you more than likely have seen my biggest life lesson in staking, OMG token for boba and all these different variations, but you can get trapped in a period. For this example on Nexo, 14-day phase of unstaking, meaning if you take your XRP, say you got like 5,000 XRP and you want to stake it on Nexo, you can do that. That's fine. You can earn 3 to 12.5% passively just having your XRP staked. And stake means it's still all your money. You still hold it all, but you are earning passive rewards on it. The 14-day phase period is important because when you unstake it, you can't touch it for 14 days, but you stop earning interest on that money that is staked. So, for example, you're earning the 12.5 APR on your XRP. You unstake it, you can't touch it for 14 days. You stop earning interest for 14 days. But after that 14 days, you can remove it and put it on an exchange. In that 2 week period, XRP could be, $10 and you're waiting and you still got 7 days left to withdraw or be able to move your XRP. And within that 7 days, it can go from $10 to $5 and you missed out on substantial profit just to gain your anywhere from 3 to 12.5% APR. So staking is amazing. I'm personally not staking anything at this moment. I may move some into Nexo just so I don't touch it. You don't know what's going to be happening with the exchanges. Maybe they say you have to sell your XRP, whatever price it is at now, because it's on an exchange. We don't know. Clarity Act is coming in April. 95% sure in April, the Clarity Act is going to be pushed through, and we're either going to get good APR or we're going to get garbage APR. But either way, the market is going to start moving. We've been waiting a long time for this. This is Flare Networks coin. It's less than a penny, but its all-time high is roughly 5 cents. It's about to get over that 200 EMA. And as I was stating a couple days ago, it's not a bad entry point, and we are currently in profit from that entry point. But once Flare Network gets over that 1 cent mark, say it goes to 2 cents, you're going to have to be spending a lot more money stacking that flare so you can stake your XRP and your flare and earn those passive rewards. I need to get a little bit more money myself. I keep talking about Flare Network. I need to build a bigger bag. We are overbought in the RSI, so expect a little bit of resistance. But once we hold over that 200 EMA, start expecting a penny and a half, 2 pennies, 3, 4, and 5, potentially 10 cents or even 50 cents for Flare Network. So while you could be staking your XRP and Flare while this market is starting to do its reversal and start moving back up, you can be 5xing your money, 10xing your money while it is staking and earning you an additional 5, 10, 15, or in this case, uh, Jesus Christ, Fada. In this case, 95.74% APR earning NCS, whatever that is. But what I have learned in previous history, the coin could be absolutely nothing. It could be something that makes no sense. For example, OMG, let's talk about Boba. Boba Network, if this thing's still going. Boba came out many, many years ago. Let's go back in history. Oh, that we're in the 4 hour. Boba came out, and this was a portion of the staking. So it first came out as 35 cents, doubled, and then completely crashed. But throughout that entire period, you could be staking your Boba, earning 95%, 140%, and then a couple years later, it skyrocketed to $1.29 from its absolute low. Let's say we enter at the 200 EMA, 822%, plus the additional whatever 120% you were earning while it was being staked. But if you are not having your coins in your wallet to be able to sell it in time, you wait that entire period and you're like, oh, I got to wait 14 days and I'm unstaking now. What happens in 14 days? Well, you are back at 56 cents, nearly a 50% deduction in price when you could have profited that 800%. Now you're only profiting 400%. This is called moving money. It's a beautiful game. It's very violent. Um, and you need patience. You need to have an understanding of how the market moves. A simple example is the US dollar and the euro. Right now, the US dollar is garbage. For every €1, I need nearly $1.20. If you have $100, you're getting 80 euros. You see, that's a pretty massive differential. Same thing with staking. But if you guys are buying your XRP, your Flare network, your XCN, and holding on to it while this market moves, more power to you. If you are staking, prepare to be unstaking. You need to figure out what your days are, how much time you have before you can actually sell your crypto. Because, for example, Nexo is 14 days. A lot can happen, especially when crypto starts peaking in 14 days. I'm unsure on Flare Network what their unstaking period is. It may state it somewhere within their platform, but definitely do your own research. Make sure you can unstake in time. And then once the market starts to crash, that's personally when I'm going to start staking more of my crypto because I don't need to touch it. I can earn passive rewards, whether it's this ridiculous coin, whatever it is, or Blaze Swap. Things can be nothing, earning you ridiculous APY or APR, and then become, a dollar, $2. Let's do, for example, I know I'm talking about staking. I keep reverting back to graphs, but that's what my channel is about, is doing the technical analysis. So if you're all new to this, join the channel, figure it out. But let's talk real quick before I end this about Luna. Luna is a prime example of market manipulation, money, rug pulls, everything in between. Let's go to the daily and look at that. This would be a prime example. You can't even get to the top of that. This is a prime example. Okay, Luna came out, everybody's investing into it at $54, pushes it to $120, and you have to wait 14 days or whatever it may be, whatever platform you're staking on. Granted, this is a month. So say you see it at that point and you have a month before it goes to almost nothing. But you don't enter into the platform, you don't unstake. You're like, I'll wait it out, see if it does a little bit of a reversal, and then you're trapped and you lose ridiculous amounts of money and it flatlines for the rest of eternity. You don't want that happening to you. So make sure you're stacking your bag of XRP, Flare, XLM, whatever it may be. You can stack it on Nexo, you can stack it on different platforms, but make sure you understand the unstaking process. It's very, very important. Like, subscribe, donate, become members if you want. Again, 50% of everything I make goes to save animals. And good luck. I will see you on the next one.